There's where we came in, look at that. It's amazing the contrast of ancient and new. Shrimps there, and raw fish, look, the speciality of Peru. There, he's ready to be adopted, look at that. Because every time I come here, everyone always pounces on me. I think it's because I'm at Gringo. This bar here, A and B 321. Don't go in that bar. So here we are in sunny Miraflores. It's pretty much like a suburb of Lima. And you can see here we're at the main Miraflores Roundabout with Mr. Miraflores himself. Check him out. Look. He looks so proud, doesn't he? So today we're going to check out some food. We're going to have a look around, do a bit of a walking tour, and we're going to check out some ancient Lima ruins. So stay tuned for that. But what I'm going to show you now is a pretty cool path here. This path right here, you can take your bicycle or scooter, or you can walk all the way to Lima, 4 miles, which is around 6 kilometers, give or take, and you can go all the way to Lima Central. So it's a pretty good path, it's nice, and it's kind of tourist friendly too. So now we're going to go around Lima and check out what there is, check out what we can do, and check out what adventures we can get involved in. So let's go. Okay, so we just crossed the Street of Doom. And here we have Central Park. So I've only been here maybe just over 2 months or something. So I don't know a whole lot, but I'm going to show you what I do know. And we're going to see some new things as well. I think it might be quite exciting. So here's Central Park. So in Central Park, you'll see a lot of stray cats, like that one there. And if we keep going to the park down there, you can actually adopt a cat straight out of the park. Pretty cool. But let's check out Central Park. We have local art here, look. Look at these, look. So today is Saturday. So there's another cat. So today's Saturday, so the streets are going to be more alive. You don't usually see all of this art, maybe 1 or 2. But yeah, the park is overrun by budding artists trying to sell their masterpieces. But yeah. So today is quite foggy. The thing about Lima, it never rains. The last time it rained properly, I think was 1971, so a long time ago. So that's why you see people just putting their art out here, because they know it's not going to rain, you know. So there's a guy getting his shoes done, look. Wow. So this area in front of us, probably tomorrow on Sunday, maybe even today, we'll see people dancing in there. And I'll show you a clip of that right now. So yeah, people like to dance here. People like to dance a lot. And there's another cat, look at him. Let's try not to wake him up. Look at him, he's sleeping. So yeah, wow. So it's quite a nice park, you know, it's well looked after. And the thing about Miraflores is there's a lot of security randomly posted everywhere. Because, you know, Peru gets quite a lot of money from tourism. And they want the area to be safe, so there's a lot of security around, and that's the daytime and the nighttime as well. So we're coming up to the church now. It's a Catholic church. Look at that, look. So this will open a bit later in the day. That looks amazing, doesn't it? I believe that's the town hall there, right next to it. But let me show you inside this church. Let's see that now.
Que el Señor esté con vosotros. La bendición de Dios Todopoderoso, Padre, Hijo y Espíritu Santo descienda sobre nosotros.
All right. Well, amazing. So this is a nice square area. Sometimes you get like artisan things here, people selling things, maybe like Inka souvenirs for your friends back home or something like that. Even sometimes food, it just depends. Sometimes you see a market, sometimes you don't. So here's the other kind of entrance to the Central Park. Got a big Peru flag up there. And here you have cycle lanes going all the way through, look. But sometimes when there's a market on, don't take your cycle through, you'll never get through. But here you can actually park your car underneath. And I think it's comparable to maybe American car park prices. It's not exactly cheap, but not many people own cars either. But here we have a lot of shops. You have all the American chains. You have KFC, Burger King, McDonald's. You have China Wok, which is like a chain kind of Shifa place. But I'm going to show you something exciting. And it's not ceviche. It's not any Peruvian. Well, it is Peruvian food, but not what you expect. Check it out. This is Peru's answer to McDonald's. It's called Bembos, and they have real meat. Maybe Peru's answer to Burger King. I'll show you that right now. Check it out. This is their answer to McDonald's. Look at that. Now 4 soles there is around $1 US, so we're looking at, you know, $4.25 for that equivalent of the Big Mac. Let's see the menu. Look at that. Classics. Look, you can even get ice creams, look, for around 50. Is that 50 cents? I don't know. It looks quite interesting. Even have an app as well. What's that? Is that egg? Is that egg? I think it's egg. That looks interesting, doesn't it? Well, let's check it out, see how good it is. Who knows? Okay, the food arrived. Hey, look at the little sachets, look. Mayonnaise. Anyway, details. Look at this. There's like... Oh, is that bacon? Bacon, cheese? It weighs like the weight of a small child. And that's from Bembos too. I thought that was a different place, but it actually came from Bembos. Is that platano?
Yeah.
So there's a wild banana on there too. So they do that in Peru then as well as Colombia, just put a banana on everything. Well, let's see, Bembos. Wow, that's how much was this? Thank you. How much was this? I get a drink. Okay, $16.40. That's around slightly over $4 for this meal here. Look, we got a burger, an egg, rice, potatoes, choripan, which is a pink sausage, a salad. Same thing.
No, because you don't have the bread.
So what do you think of Bembos? It's not bad, is it? It's not bad. And it tastes good too, and it's cheap. It's like Burger King, but at McDonald's prices. So can't beat that. So we're just going through here past some various shops. All the pharmacies in Peru, like Inka Pharma, you get a lot of people asking for money with babies too. It's quite common. So all the pharmacies here, it's kind of like mainland Europe, where you can't even buy ibuprofen at the store. It's all sold by the pharmacies, and at night time you have to get it through the kind of the metal cages because they don't let you in the shop at night. So if you feel like you might have a headache or a hangover, then plan ahead with your medication because you can't get it at 2 in the morning. So a bit annoying, but you see that in a lot of places, especially mainland Europe. But they are everywhere. And that's the same if you want a condom as well. Plan ahead. So here's a nice little square here. You can get some food. Sometimes I sit here when I'm tired. I play a few games of chess or something. Here's the town hall again. But down here we have more cats. Look. It's a lot more cats. There's a lady in this shop here that feeds them every day, in fact. She waters and feeds them every day. So they kind of never just leave. Hello. Hello. Oh, you get fed a lot, don't you? Okay. So yeah, they're even eating now, look. Look at him munching. But they're a bit mangy. They're a bit mangy. Hello. Well, those two look in pretty good condition, but some of them have like hair missing and maybe some fleas, but it is what it is. They are stray cats, but they do get fed a lot. But one of the problems is the locals then take their cats to the park and leave them there, so that's probably a bit annoying. But you can adopt them, and then maybe you then take them to the vet and get them sorted. I have no idea about that. But we're coming up to Kennedy Park now, and I'll actually show you where you can adopt a cat because it's right in front of me. So let's see. So here's Kennedy Park. So it's just another park here. It's literally next to Central Park, which is right there. And check it out, look. Adopt a cat at Kennedy Park. And look at him. There, he's ready to be adopted. Look at that. Yeah. So a lot of cats in this one. Look at him. So there's a lot of cat balls everywhere. I actually made a video on Kennedy Park, so if you want to check that out, I'll link it in the description below, so you can see all the cats you want in that video. So here's Kennedy Park. Look, we got people selling crafts. Here, look, clothing, leather hats, leather wallets, various things. The thing about Peru, I think most of Peru, is that it's a walking buffet. It doesn't matter where you go. You can go into a neighborhood. You can go into my neighborhood where I live. It doesn't matter. You'll always see merchants. And most of them pick food, comida, as their source of income, their business. So wherever you go, you're always eating. Or at least food is always tempting you. And the people here are quite thin, quite in shape, quite small. So they must be resisting the food somehow. But as a tourist, I'm snacking all the time. Every time I see something, I'm like, oh, I haven't tried that yet, maybe I'll try it. And then I've had like 6 dinners in one day. It's the danger. It's the danger of Lima. So we're walking alongside Kennedy Park right now. So there's lots of shops, lots of restaurants. Now this is a fancy area. You'll see a lot of American chains like Pinkberry, Subway, and even different cultural restaurants like this Moroccan Turkish place. I think it's a Moroccan place. So it doesn't matter where you're from, you'll always kind of find your local food here, whether it be from Turkey, the UK, there's Irish bars, there's all kinds of things fitting mostly everyone's culture, but definitely a lot of American things. And even a Starbucks. Now the Starbucks there, you have to buy something to get the Wi-Fi code. There's no free Wi-Fi for the non-payers there. But Miraflores is a tourist area. There's tourists everywhere. So the prices are higher. Well, which is normal, and I guess you would expect that, but it's just one of those things. So I'm gonna come up to an area now where there's some restaurants and some bars and things. So a lot of the cars here, they run on gas, and not petroleum gas, actual gas. And it's a lot cheaper, a lot efficient, and better for the environment as well. So if you ever take a taxi here, I think 99.9% of them run on gas. And you'll see a little yellow cylinder underneath the car. And especially all the buses too, and the metro, all run on gas. So it's quite interesting. Maybe you don't care about that, I don't know. So you see these guys here, look. These are the Chess Hustlers of Lima. I've yet to beat any of them, But this guy here in the green, he brings all these chess sets here every day, and you put 5 soles down and then you try to beat him. But he's very good. I think his elo is like over 2,000. So unless you're very good at chess, or you want to lose 5 soles, then give him a game. Check it out, I'll show you. So look, there's 5 boards per table.
What?
Oh, later. So 5 boards per table, look. You can even play drafts. He's already beat me twice before. He wants my money. I'm not gonna let him because I'm not that good. But I'm practicing, I practice a lot. Oh, later, thank you. He's good as well. They're all really good. They're not stupid, but yeah, give them a game and let me know if you can beat them. So I'm going to go to Berlin Street now. Now Berlin Street, it has a lot of bars, and at night time, especially on weekends, it's really active. Lots of people, you can dance, meet lots of people, and it's a great place to go. So let's go there now. So a quick tip: if you've ever run out of money and you have to access your bank or your card, then use Bank of the Nation. So remember that they have the cheapest withdrawal fees anywhere in Lima. I've tried every single one and that is the cheapest, trust me. Okay, let's have a break from this tour and see some history, some real history, and real history of Lima. So not Incan history, but actual history from this area. So let's check that out now and let's have a bit of an adventure. So one thing you might want to do while visiting Miraflores is check out some history in the area. Here we have a pyramid here that's up to 2,000 years old, and it's just right in the city. You can see it's surrounded by urban and new culture, but all of a sudden you have this old pyramid here, the remains of it, and you can do guided tours, which we're gonna do right now. But check out a taster. So here are the opening times, look. Here are the prices, look. Oh, call the 1990s and tell them they want their printer back. Check it out, dot matrix. I haven't seen one of those for a while. But I've paid and now we're going in. There's my English guide, look at it.
One ticket?
So we've just entered, look. Check it out. Let's have a look around.
Okay, well, my name is Percy. Nice to meet you. Before starting the tour, there are some...
So I'm just doing a tour now. The good thing about tours, it always stay at the back and then you can have your own free space. Check it out. Pretty cool, isn't it? It's so weird how it's in the middle of a city. You have apartments, skyscrapers over there, and you just get this mud clay pyramid type thing. It's nuts. Check it out, look, old rooms. Wow. Amazing. Let's have a closer look at some of these you know, mud and clay pieces here. So because it never rains here, this is probably one of the main reasons this is still standing. As soon as we get some rainfall, you know, it's not going to last 2 minutes. It's crazy, isn't it? Wow. So the guy said it was a temple. So this was here originally before the Spanish, before the Incans, everything else. It's Lima culture. And yeah, it's nuts, isn't it? So he said all the gaps in between the clay and mud kind of blocks there is for earthquake protection, because there was a lot of earthquakes, and you know, even today there's perhaps a few along this kind of line, but yeah, that's the reason for that. So yes. Yes, it's pretty cool. Tour groups are quite big too.
That material, we were stones and sand until on the top of the wall. When a platform is found over the sea, they build the new walls. We didn't fit it inside. So they built this place like a wedding cake, but everybody. The shape of the pyramid now, you will see like this because it's not complete.
We get to climb the pyramid. So we're at the top here, look. Here you can see like an opened up area. Pretty cool. And down here, look, you get great views of the whole place.
It's much bigger, 3 times more. But of course, to understand very well, the whole thing is a temple. But the temple has 2 areas. The lower area, it's possible to see the smallest square.
There's where we came in, look at that. It's amazing the contrast of ancient and new. Just cuts it right in half. Little treat at the end, look. I didn't expect this. Look at that. Look at him, look. He's having a nap. Llama, what are you doing? So that was pretty cool. So they have the whole old clay pyramid thing from the Lima culture. So if you go to Cusco, you won't see this because that's a different kind of culture. So it was quite interesting actually. And they have like a little zoo in there, a little mini zoo with llamas and guinea pigs, and also some local fruits and vegetables like growing naturally. So he can show you various fruits and veg and things like that. I really recommend it. It was only 15 soles for an adult. So yeah, it's one of the great things you can do in Miraflores. So like most cities around the world, we have these kind of bikes here, look. You can rent a bike. And then you can dock it, you know, when you're done with it. In most parts of Miraflores, it's in all of the tourist areas. And yeah, it's an easy way to get around, especially with all the bike lanes as well. So people ask, is Miraflores safe? Is Lima safe? Well, Miraflores is pretty safe. You know, I'm a gringo walking around with a GoPro, and I've never had a problem. Never. I mean, maybe 2 in the morning on a Friday or something like that. You might want to, you know, maybe be a bit careful, just not be stupid, but I think that's like most places in the world. So there you go, there's the safety aspect. But it depends on the suburb. You could easily cross a line into the next suburb and you'll see the house quality deteriorates. The people kind of look a bit different. It's just one of those things, but it's the same as most places, isn't it? So we're just coming onto Berlin Street now. So we've got all these fancy bars, look at that. Fancy apartments. Now some people who come to Lima for maybe 1 to 3 months, maybe 6 months, they'll rent an apartment here. And if you get an apartment in Miraflores, like right here, it's maybe around $600 US for 1 month, which is, it's pretty expensive for Peru in general, but you're in the middle of a tourist city. It is what it is, you know. But I live 10 minutes that way, and I pay, I think, $150 a month. So, you know, location. So here's Berlin Street. We're just coming up to the bars now, though. So you can see there's a lot of fancy houses, look, made of glass and things like that. But here's where the bars starting. So at night time, especially tonight because it's with the weekend, This will get really busy. Oh look, there's a dog doing a poo. Look at him. It's a lot of poo for a little dog. Look at that, Jesus Christ. He's eating a big meal. So here's some of the bars, look. Let's take a look. So look, quorum there. We have, look at that, look. Namaste. Namaste. Look at this one. It's a lot of bars. Now the bars don't look like much in the day. They look like they've been closed for a long time. But I assure you at night it's pretty lively. So this bar here, A and B 321. Don't go in that bar. Look at that. So lots of bars, lots of bars. And why do I say don't go in that bar? Well, look at that menu, look. 13 soles, it's around just over $3. Very cheap. So that bar, the owner, he stole my phone. He stole my phone. I put it down on the table, he stole it, and he sold it to his brother. I wish I was making that up, and I wish I was lying. If you want to learn more about that adventure, I'll link a video in the description below so you can check it out for yourself. But do never, under any circumstances, go in that bar. It's poison, trust me. So you can see we've seen some Turkish bars, Moroccan bars, and here's an Irish bar. Look. Now this one always weirds me out because you see it's an Irish bar, but they serve Peruvian and American food. I don't know why, I don't know. But there is another Irish bar down there that does serve Irish food. You can get like a full Irish breakfast. Oh, that looks fancy, look at that. Pretty cool, isn't it? So there's an Irish bar down there called Molly's, and they have a big Irish breakfast. It's around $10 US, so 45 soles. But they have Thai curry, shepherd's pie, bangers and mash, fish and chips. So a lot of English, Irish dishes. It's really good. I highly recommend. So I'll show you that now. There it is, look, Molly's. So that one's a real Irish bar. You can get your Guinness, your full Irish breakfast. Bueno. So this is Berlin Street. This is where a lot of the bars are. Not all of the bars, but a lot of them. It's a really lively street. So now we're coming back into Kennedy Park again. Look at this graffiti, look. So we're coming back into Kennedy Park, where we were before. We've just done a little loop around Berlin Street. And now I'm going to show you some upscale restaurants. So let's take a look at this now. So here's Kennedy Park again, look. Where we were before. But here, there's some fancy restaurants here. But the good thing about fancy restaurants here is that they're normal price. If you make and earn American dollars, euros, pounds, then they're perfectly affordable for you. Check it out, look. So, oh my god. So you can get a fettuccine for 27 soles, look. And divide it by 4, which is 7. So $7 US, you can get a fettuccine in a very upscale place. Look at this. Very upscale place. So it's pretty cheap to get an entree for only $7. It's not bad, is it? Okay, let's take a look around, see what there is. Here's all these fancy restaurants, look. People eating. Oh, this beer here, Cusqueña, it's the beer of Cusco. It's really good beer, I highly recommend you try it. So let's take a look at some of these, look. Carne, chicken and beef, 46 soles. It's around $11, $12. So it's not a bad price. So there's that beer, look, Cusqueña. It's pretty good. A lot of people drink it here. I think the brown one is better than the black one though. So let's take a look in here. It looks quite interesting. You can sit here, look. We're gonna go up these stairs. Look at that, look. It looks fancy, doesn't it? You can eat your meal out here. Wow. Is it a llama or is that a sheep? I don't know. So we can get some food here, perhaps. Looks nice, isn't it? We can get food here. Tacos. We can get Asian food. $7 for that. We can get a beer. Yeah, various things. This is chicha morada, look, purple corn drink. It's really popular here. Everyone drinks it. Oh yeah, pretty cool, isn't it? Very hip. I think if I spent too long in there, I might turn into a hipster. So maybe I should leave. But nice area, isn't it? Wow. Okay. So as a tourist, you know, you're on holiday, you could eat out every day, no problem, and you don't need to worry about it. And maybe when you get home after your 2-week holiday, you know, you're not in a money hole. You don't have to earn a lot of money again, because it's quite cheap. It's quite cheap here, and the food is nice. Look at this one, look. This is a Peruvian dish, look. I think it translates to chicken's chili or hen's chili, and it has an egg, rice, and the sauce is made of bread as well. It's really nice. So that's typical Peruvian food. And the Peruvian food is good. I like Peruvian food. Oh. But if you have a strong stomach and you can eat like market food and have no problems, then you might want to go to maybe somewhere like Lima Central or Gomorrah Market, and you can get a whole meal, chicken, rice, potatoes, everything, for $1.50. Very cheap. But me, I have a very weak stomach, and I've been sick about 7 times in 2 months. So I don't have a good track record, but if you do, I highly recommend you try the food there. It's a lot more cheap. Okay. One thing I should mention about Peru is the casinos. Now, gambling is legal. Gambling is legal. You can see here we have La Hacienda behind me. And a lot of the times they give you free food and free drink, just like Las Vegas. So it's pretty good. Now, I visited every casino in the whole of Lima. And I tell you now, I've done the hard work so you don't have to. The best casino is Atlantic City in Miraflores, right here. Sometimes there's Willy Wonka on the door there. He looks like Willy Wonka. It's the best casino. It's one of the biggest casinos, and the food is free, and the drinks are free. And if you want free food, there's no drama. They'll just give you the free food. And yeah, the gambling's okay too. But who cares about that, right? So yeah, Atlantic City, Miraflores, one of the best casinos. Let's continue. So we're coming back through Kennedy Park. I'm going to show you now. I'm going to show you the best place in the whole of Miraflores. And it's just through here. So it's going to be quite exciting. So let me show you that now. Okay, so we're almost at the best place. And have a little look at the atmosphere. Now this is a really popular place, Kennedy Park. People kind of dump their kids here and then, you know, go eat, go sit down. I play chess here quite a lot on my phone. But here's the best place there. Here's the best place in the whole of Miraflores. A very unassuming building here, very small. Has a little yellow canopy there. But what is it, I hear you ask? What is in here? Check it out. Check it out. Pretty cool, right? And if you're wondering what this t-shirt is, then it's that white game right there. So I usually go in there maybe once a day, do a bit of exercise. So this is my treadwear patch. I go in there, do a bit of exercise, and then I go over here and go to Metro, which is a supermarket. And I think I'm going to show you the supermarket so you can see kind of general prices, what food they sell, what's popular. It might be quite interesting. So we're going to go to the supermarket now. It's called Metro. It's not the cheapest market, but it's not like a Whole Foods. It's not stupidly expensive. It's perfectly affordable. So let's check that out now. So there's Metro there, just through there. So here's that beer I was telling you about. Definitely try that one, it's a good one. The other beer people have is Pilsner. Not Pilsner, Pilsen, that's it. But you can get a chicken look and fries. 13 soles 50, so around $3. It's pretty cheap. Especially if you're on the go, you don't have a house to cook. It's already hot, it's good. But you can get a bottle of Coke look for 3 soles. It's around 75 cents. But you can get some snacks as well. Peruvian snacks. That's the good news. So they have a lot of banana chips here, look, made of banana, plátano. And there's some that are fried here. These are really good. These are leche de tigre chips. Those are really good. It's like milk and cilantro and lime mixed with banana. I think they're one of my favorites, I think. But you can try a lot of the Peruvian snacks here, and they're all really good. But you can see when I said people like this chicha morado thing, the purple corn drink, they just sell it absolutely everywhere in various containers. But you have to make sure you get the proper one and not the fake one, because the fake one has a lot of sugar in there. But they have these energies here. They're only 50 cents. So I usually get one of these. They're pretty good. But one thing I found that's really expensive here is bread. Look, this bread is $3. I think $3 is a lot of money for bread. I don't know why. Maybe they import it. Maybe, I have no idea why. It's just one of those things. But oh, one thing I did notice is that canned food, they only have tuna in canned. Look, watch this. You see, look, tuna fish, tuna fish, tuna fish, tuna fish, all the way along. But then it just stops after the tuna fish. There's no can of beans. I think there is one can of beans, but there's no can of vegetables, no canned meat, no canned all-day breakfast in a can, well, in a tin if you're from the UK. So none of that. It's really weird. I don't know why. But if you're also here, try the pisco. It's only in Peru, and I highly recommend you try it. Let's find a bottle now. Pisco, 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 pisco. Here, pisco. Now, a pisco drink, you can only get it in Peru, so it's something you should definitely try. It's like a full-strength alcohol, like vodka or something like that. It's an interesting taste, but it's better than a lot of things. So let's go upstairs. Check this out, look. You can get all of those star fruits. I think there's 9 in there for $1, just over $1. Maybe we should take that. I mean, one star fruit in the UK is around £3. It's ridiculous. $4. So even though I can't eat 9, I don't care, I'm getting value. So here's some of the food here, look. This is lomo saltado, which is beef and kind of like gravy with some fries. But the fries here, usually they're quite stale. I don't recommend it. But this, one of the best things I've ever tasted. This is causa, which is like mashed potato with various fillings inside. It's pretty good. It's like a staple food here. But one of the main things, I don't see it right now, but they have chicken blood. I'm not joking, they cook the chicken blood and sell it. And I thought it was meat, so I ate it. And then someone told me afterwards it was chicken blood. But it did taste okay, so it is what it is. But yeah, here's Metro. So you can get a lot of meat, cheese, like anywhere else. Ah, I said bread was expensive, but not this bread. This baguette here, just less than 50 cents for a baguette. So fresh bread, very cheap, but pre-packaged bread where it's sliced up, very expensive. So it's a no-brainer, always buy fresh bread. It's a lot cheaper. Wow, look at all these cakes, look. So people go crazy on cakes here. Cakes everywhere, can't get enough of them. Look at all these, look. They got a flan, flans. Oh, is that the blood? No, it's the sauce. I thought that was the hen's blood, but it was just corn sauce. Oops. Okay, so we're gonna check out, we're gonna buy these star fruits and my energy drink, and we're gonna resume the tour. I don't even know. I don't even know why I bought 9 star fruits, but it is what it is. A little bit sour, but good. I can taste my savings right now. So, let's continue. Look at this craftsmanship, look at that. You don't see workers do that anymore. It's all machinery these days, but that is some real craftsmanship and some real manpower. I interrupt this video because we're gonna do a little bit of shopping, a little bit of tourist shopping, and maybe a little bit of shopping for electronics. So remember where we started at the main Miraflores Roundabout here behind me? So we're gonna take that cycle path a little ways that way and then go into the Inka market and check out the Inka market. So let's go. So here we have the Inka Plaza, look. It's like an Incan market where they sell a lot of handmade things descended from the Incas. But let's take a look, see what they have. So you can see yourself. Look, we have llamas, look, little llama. Little blankets, coca sweets. So you get a lot of tourists here. You can buy things to take home for your friends, family. Get them a llama, a little drum or something like that. But yeah, it's where you can get all your tourist goodies. I've never actually been here before, because every time I come here, everyone always pounces on me. I think it's because I'm a gringo. Oh, look at these sculptures here, look. Pretty cool, aren't they? Look at that. Imagine getting your friend one of these. Or this. I don't know if you could get it back on the airplane, but if you could, that'd be a cracking gift, wouldn't it? So it's quite empty now, which is weird because it's 1 PM on a Saturday. So yeah, but a lot of the times when I see this, I never really see people here. It's usually quite empty. Wow. So you can see a lot of the things stop repeating after a while, but it means you can get a better deal with a different vendor. Wow, look at this. But what I really wanted was like an Incan chess set or something. Wouldn't that be amazing? I like my chess. But I've seen one before, and when I see another one, I might grab it. Might be good. Oh, look at this, look. Oh. Hola. At Machu Picchu. It's closed right now, we can't go. So we have to stick with a picture until it reopens. Who knows when that will be. Wow. We have some rugs. Look at these rugs up here. Wow, amazing. So I have no idea what is homemade. I have no idea what is made by the descendants of the Incas. I have no idea what comes from China. I don't know, but it all looks like a pretty good present if you want to gift somebody something. Here's a little shrine, look. I imagine they do things here, maybe singing and dancing. There's a lot of dancing in Latin America. If there's ever an empty area like this, guaranteed people will be dancing and singing, especially on the weekends. So let's carry on. Wow, look at these, look. Carved out from a tree. Amazing. Wow. So that's the Inka market. You can kind of get the idea. It's pretty cool, and there's a few of them in this area, but this is just one of them. So if you want a gift for a friend, then check out the Inka market. It's pretty cool. It's my first time too. So one other cool thing about this area, and especially Lima Central in fact, is that all the things to do with electronics, computers, things like that, are all in these giant buildings behind me. They're all together. So you can pretty much, you can pretty much shop around, get a new computer, any electronics, phones, all in one building. And that's what we're gonna look at today. It's gonna be quite fun. So check it out. Hello. So, people are a bit more ruthless here. They always seem to pounce on me, and I have been here before. So there's you can get computer things, phone things for your PC, laptop, and there's multiple floors as well. There's an elevator going up 6 floors, so it's quite a big place. But they're ruthless. They will get you to buy anything. But yeah, there's a cafe. Look here. You can see there's multiple floors. I'm pretty sure that's not the official game, but they stole the font and the logo look game. So yeah, let's take a look around, see what we can find. Wow. So the thing about electronics is that they're always more expensive in Miraflores. If you can get down to Lima Central, the prices are a lot cheaper. For example, I smashed the screen on my phone. Recently actually, right here, and I wanted to get a new cover for it. I got the screen replaced. I wanted a new cover. I got quoted, I think, 60 soles here in Miraflores, so 60. I went to Lima Central, that same screen was only 20. But that's one example where if you want to make a big electronic purchase, then maybe Lima Central is better. But if you want something quick, maybe your battery died in your camera and you just want one to take pictures or something like that, then you know, maybe this is okay too. But there's lots of shops and lots of things to explore, lots of video games as well. You can see up here. Okay, so let's check out some other stuff. Here's another Indian market, look. Let's have a little look in this one, see how it compares. And the guy behind me, he's selling ice creams. And they're only 2 soles, which is around 50 cents. But this one, look, check it out. There's a nice little central courtyard in here with shops going around. So, similar to the electronics, how they're all grouped in one area. For some reason, so are the Inka markets. Because this one is only across the road from the other one. And down the street there's another one just over there. So it's quite interesting that things are always grouped together. Same with the clothing as well. Always in one area. If you go to Gamara, you'll see all the clothing in one area, then all the other stuff in another area. So it's hola. No, I'm okay, thank you. So yeah, everything grouped in one area all the time. But look at her, she's warm, isn't she? Looking that. Hola.
Tengo varios colores, caballero.
No, it's okay. Gracias. What's okay? Está bien. My Spanish is really bad, but I'm learning. I think, yeah, está bien is okay. I'm okay. Okay. It's a quaint little Inka market, isn't it? Look. They got all these religious things. Benches. That's quite a nice area to sit down and chill out. Look at all those, like all those mirrors. Wow, it's amazing. Amazing area. Look at that big llama. Let's have a look at the big llama. Wow. Hey, look at that, look. Llama beetles crossing the road. Look at this big llama here, look at him. Wow. Oh, I know a few people that would love those hats. So yeah, another Inka market. You get the idea now. So it's a nice place where you can chill out and have a sandwich, do a bit of shopping. But it helps if you're a tourist and you have friends at home that have never seen this stuff before. You can get them a little something. So let's find something else to do. Oh look, there's a dog. Hello, dog. I think that might be someone's dog. But there are a lot of stray dogs around. A lot of them are very nice. But I don't recommend running past them because then they start chasing you and getting a bit nippy. But it's funny. Okay, I realize 9-star fruits is a bad idea, but you live and learn. That is how we learn. So now I'm gonna start walking towards the coast. There's a nice cliff edge area. So we're gonna go there now. And we're gonna pass some things on the way, like an outdoor gym, some tennis courts, and some nice views. So let's go. There's the underground parking I was talking about before. That's how to get in. So a lot of spaces there if you decide to rent a car. Let's go. Now there's big shopping centers here. Big shopping centers. You can easily spend $100 US dollars on one pair of Nike shoes. Now it's pretty rare the locals do that, but the tourists and the people with a lot of money, yeah, they do that because they're kind of luxury imported brands, and it is what it is. But if you like shopping but you don't like spending hundreds of dollars, then I recommend Gamara Market. When you go to Gamara Market, wear your backpack on your front and watch your possessions, but it's very cheap. And if you want to see Gamara Market, it's near Lima Central, and I've taken a whole video of it, so you can, I'll link it in the description below so you can check it out. Look at that, she's knitting, look. Lots of knitting. So now we're walking down to the seafront, which is over here, all the way across here. So it doesn't matter which road we go, we'll get there eventually. So let's go. So you can get a tattoo here, look. A sex shop. Lots of tattoos. The tattoos here are quite cheap. So if you want to get some tattoos, but always check the artist's work. You don't want something bad or a misspelling. It happens to the best of us. There's a nice area right here, so we're just going to go down there and have a look. Wong is like Whole Foods of Peru. It's a little bit expensive, but they have your more exotic things. Like if you're craving some really good tea or coffee, then Wong will have it, but you will pay for it. Do you want to go to their Heineken party? I think they're going to have a party tonight. Party pretty hot. So let's talk about taxis. Why not? Why not? If you want to get around here safely, then use Uber or InDrive or Didi. There are 3 apps on your phone, and they're all kind of licensed. All the drivers have gone through verification, so you know you're gonna have a safe journey. So Uber, very good. If you don't want to do that, then you can get a taxi, which under normal circumstances is fine. But what some locals do, they will offer a taxi service just as a local and drive you around. And then you might get dropped off in a suspicious area, or maybe they'll rip you off, charge a lot more, and then things get a bit annoying. Another thing, when you take taxis, always lock your door and make sure your window is almost closed, because what happens is people reach in the window and take your phone. It happens a lot near the airport, and I've seen it happen. So check out this area here, look. Got some nice cobbled streets. So there's a lot of apartments right here, and they're all really fancy as well. You can see them all here, look. So it's a very upmarket area of Miraflores, but it's quite nice. Look, everyone has their own balcony. Look. Yeah. So this is a nice area. It's a nice walk all the way down to the beach, and there you can do surfing. And surfing is really cheap, and the guy does surfing lessons as well, so you can get started. And the waves here, the waves are pretty good too. They're not like stupidly high like Hawaii or anything, but they're pretty good. So let's take a look up here. I think it looks quite interesting. So look at that cobbled street, look. It's quite nice, isn't it? So we're just about to pass a tennis academy. And like most places, when you're in more upmarket areas, the sports change. You know, less people are playing soccer, more people are playing badminton and tennis. It's one of those things. So if you can see that. So they have a lot of clay courts here. They have these ones, but also some more over there. So it's not your Wimbledon grass, it's more your French clay, but it looks nice. What can I say? It's fancy tennis court. So you see that guy beeping his horn? It happens a lot whenever you're walking around. He's basically saying, hey, come on, get in the taxi, let's go. It happens a lot, and they'll beep their horn all the time. If you're waiting at the side of the road, 20 taxis will go by, all beeping their horns. So it's very different. In London, you want the taxi to come to you. You're trying to tell the taxi, come here, I need a ride. Here, it's the opposite. They really want you in their car so you can go on a journey. So respect the hustle. So yeah, a lot of fancy apartments, look, all made out of different materials. And here's that tennis academy, really upmarket, full of fancy people with lots of money. And here's an outdoor gym, look at that. I don't know if you can see it through the window or through the fence, but very fancy gym for very fancy people. So not me, but I can see it for free. So we're almost at the beach now. There's some nice hotels here. Let's take a look at these tennis courts. Climb up on this wall. Look at that, look. Wow. Amazing, isn't it? I wonder how much it costs. Maybe one day I'll find out. You gotta try everything at least once. Unless it's Class A things, then maybe not. I'll go. Oh yeah, wow. So here's those tennis courts again, look, where we were before. I did find a grass court there, look. I think it's AstroTurf. But anyway, look at this bridge here. Now they used to call that suicide bridge. People used to jump off it, which is terrible. Oh, this fence is dirty. But now they put walls up. And underneath, lots of flora, lots of greenery. It looks really nice. So I think I'm gonna go down there now and show you. So we're just going down the stairs of pain here. I have no idea what they're actually called, but getting up here is bloody difficult. There's a lot of graffiti though. Look at that, a purple dog, a purple chihuahua. So it's a lot easier going down. Look at this. So there's people selling things here, look. I don't know where they get it from, if they make it, I'm not sure, but that's what they do. And if you follow this path all the way down, you get to the beach. And that is pretty much how to get down from this area. But you can see, look, oh, people going down the stairs on that side as well. And the cobbled roads going all the way up. Now, if you want to see the beach and all the parks up here and everything like that, well, I did a complete video on that. It's around 30 minutes long. I'll link that in the description below so you can check it out. And then you can see the beach. And it's beautiful. But now we're gonna go to Larcomar. We're gonna finish our journey there. And Larcomar is like a fancy shopping center. If you like shopping, you'll love it. But Larcomar has a few restaurants where you're on the cliff edge and you can see the sunset and the waves while you eat and drink, so it's quite unique. So we're gonna go there now and I'm gonna show you what it's like. So we're just heading to Larcomar. Check out this view, look. Amazing, isn't it? And on a clear day, right now it's quite cloudy and foggy, which sometimes happens, but on a clear day you have a great view of the ocean, the sand, well, stones, the surfers, so really nice views. So now we're gonna go to Larcomar and finish our tour there. There's lots of parks on the way, so I'll have a little look at those as well. So amazing views though, isn't it? So what I've noticed is there's random French places dotted around selling crepes and things. I'm not sure why, I haven't worked it out. But when I figure it out, I'll let you know. But yeah, it seems a bit random. But I'm not complaining because I like crepes. So crepes are good, right? They're just thin pancakes. So if you haven't watched my other video yet, where I go on the sea and the sand, then this is what you're missing out on. Look at all of that. It's amazing. Let's go to Larcomar. So these are some of the parks on the way here. They're all dotted along the coastline on top of the cliff. You got your fancy apartments, look, where you can kind of wake up and look at the ocean and the rolling waves. You can do a bit of yoga, bring a doggo. And there's even some exercise equipment dotted around, kind of like basic machines, pull-up bars, sit-up benches, and things like that. We're almost there. So I came here for New Year's Eve, right to this spot where the cliff is, and you could see fireworks from the whole city, even as far as Churrillos that way, and whatever's that way, San Isidro, yes. So lots of great firework displays. And the government don't really do fireworks, but everyone else pretty much does, so it was a fantastic sight. But right now it's too foggy, so we can't see anything. So you see a lot of these ice cream vendors here. It's like a little franchise. They give you the cart and the ice creams, and then you can kind of sell them. But they're super cheap, you know, as little as 50 US cents for one ice cream. And she's knitting, look, making knitting tulips. Pretty impressive. There's some gym equipment. Oh. So there's some pull-up bars as well, but they're further along. But yeah, the lady making things, she'll make things there. She might have family far away and she comes to Miraflores to sell the things and then, you know, send the money back home. So it's quite common you see that around here. Sometimes when I run here, I buy a banana from this man. There he is, look. He always sells me a big banana for 1 sol. I think he might be ripping me off, I'm not sure, but I don't care. We have a bond now. I bought a lot of bananas from this from him. He's my local banana guy, my banana man. Sounds rude, doesn't it? So there's another ice cream seller, look. So they're everywhere, especially on the beaches. And what happens is they'll be pushing those carts, and cars will stop and buy an ice cream out the window. And I've seen somebody hold up traffic because they wanted to buy an ice cream. But it's driving here. Driving here is very unique. Let's leave it at that. There's a dog, look. Little sausage dog. So here's Larcomar, we're coming into it now. So welcome to Larcomar. Now most tourists will come here. Oh, look at these breads, look. Oh. No, I can't. Oh, you see what I mean about a walking buffet? It doesn't matter where you go, there's food everywhere. It's very tempting as well. So Larcomar, most tourists will come here. It's like a magnet to them. It just draws them in to like moths on a light at nighttime. It's just one of those things. But oh, you get the skateboarders here. But yeah, the shopping center is over here. Me, I'm not much of a shopper. I don't care about shopping, possessions. I want to see culture and experience. But I'm going to show you Larcomar. I'm going to suck it up. I'm going to show you Larcomar. And I'm going to do it with a smile. So here's the area, look. Look, people dancing, look. Look at those flowers. So there's kiddies playing in the playground. There he is, look. He's dancing there. Pratin is dancing. So people actually use the parks here. In the UK, people mostly use parks to maybe drop their little kiddos off on the swings or let their dog poo on the grass. But people use the parks here. It's quite nice. You see people dancing, working out. Oh, and there's Paddington, look. There he is, look. There he is, look. Peruvian Paddington. Well, here's Larcomar. So you can see here. Yeah, look. So, quite a fancy place. And have you ever seen that South Park episode where they make Sodo Sopa and you have historic Kenny's house? They even have the music here. It's exactly the same. So yeah, that's Larcomar. It's like Sodo Sopa. And even here, look, you have vendors selling drinks, snacks. They're a little bit more expensive, but it means you don't have to go to a shop, which is a bit further. But here's a lookout. Now today we can't look out. But like I say, if you watch my other video, you can look out all you want because it's not foggy then. But a lot of people come here. He takes pictures of people for some money. And yeah, you can see all of the coast. So here is one of the best sandy beaches in the area. Otherwise you have to go quite far away. But yeah, Larcomar. Shops there, you have Puma, Under Armour, Rip Curl. And here's where everyone's hiding, look. This is where everyone is. Shopping, eating, more shopping. I really don't get it, but I'm going to show you. I don't understand, but yeah. Here's where everyone is. And yeah, it's trendy. The prices are high. And everyone's here. So there's music playing, so I'm gonna walk along a bit and then I'm gonna cut in. So I'm inside Larcomar right now. I'll switch to the other camera because I ran out of battery. But there's Wi-Fi here, free Wi-Fi, which is pretty rare in Peru in general. But yeah, I'm gonna go to eat now. Okay, I interrupt this video because I cannot do this video without eating some proper Peruvian food. I think if I just ate Bembos and uploaded this video, you would all go crazy, and that wouldn't do the culinary industry justice. So we're gonna go to a restaurant in Larcomar and try some of the local ceviche so you can see what it's like. Let's go. Okay, so what brings a lot of people to Larcomar is the view. Look, check it out, you can see the sea. And that's where we're gonna go next. It's a restaurant called Mangoes, and they have tables right next to the ocean there, look. So we're gonna see if they have any tables available and yeah, see what happens. It's not a bad restaurant, but you do pay for the view. It is a little more expensive. Here's the shopping center. So we're going into Mangoes now. Here's the entrance, look. Everyone has their little seats, look, by the ocean, so they can kind of dine and eat. And that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna try and do anyway. But yeah, let's check it out. Oh, look at this, look. Woo. So it's definitely one of those places where you pay for the atmosphere. Check it out, look. Lots of places to eat. Okay, so I'm just coming into Mangoes though. They got a nice bar here, look, where you can get drinks. The drinks are a little expensive. But look, here's where you can eat, and then you have a view of all the seaside around here. But I've got a table, this lady has found me a table. Gracias. So I'm sitting here, look, and look at my view. It's amazing, isn't it? It's amazing. And now we wait. So here's the menu, look. Not really sure how that works, so I'm gonna wait. But I hear the food is nice, so let's not be deterred. But look at the atmosphere, look. There's the mall just behind there where people are looking out. But yes, quite a nice little restaurant. Quite a nice little restaurant. So we're gonna try some ceviche and see what else they have. I'm gonna ask for a paper menu though, and then yeah, see what the food looks like. Okay, the food arrived. Look, we have shrimp, peas and potatoes with cilantro, mangoes ceviche, which looks interesting. I think is this fish calamari?
Yeah, I think.
Inka corn, which is a big corn. Look, big corn, and some onion, special yellow chili sauce, sweet potato, shrimps there, and raw fish, look, the speciality of Peru. Oh, and we have some of these appetizers here, look at those. Okay, so we're eating our food, look. Are you enjoying it? She's enjoying it. I have a medley of fish on my plate. Some of it is cooked and some of it is raw, but it's pretty nice. And we have chili sauce. Ketchup. Okay, so we just finished. It was good. It was good food. Slightly expensive, but you don't pay for the food, you pay for the view. And look, we have the sunset now. So remember that, you're not paying for the food, you pay for the food and the view. But it was good, it was good. And I'm drinking my own drink, look at that. But now we leave, and that was Mangoes. So if you were wondering, 74 soles, which is a hair over $20. So it wasn't too bad, was it? So that's Larcomar. You get the idea. Any chain shop you want, Nike, Adidas is here. There's a gym, a Smart Fit gym. If you have a membership, I think it's 60 or 70 soles for the whole month. Maybe 80, but that's only $20 a month. And then you can go all, you know, as many times as you want. And it's not like a Planet Fitness. They have real weights there and cardio, and they're dotted all over Latin America. So good gym. I highly recommend you check it out. But a little secret, if you know someone going into the gym, or even if you don't know them, then they get 5 friend passes. So you can just ask one of them, you know, give them 10 soles, they'll let you in with them. So little secret. But yeah, this is the Larcomar area, look. Little fountains, palm trees, soccer ball. Yeah, so this is the kind of upscale area of Miraflores where everyone wants to be, everyone wants to go. And yeah, so I think we're gonna end our tour here where the ice cream seller is. Look, she's selling ice creams in the road. And oh, if you're ever wondering, that is the British Embassy. So if you're British, you're in trouble. There's the embassy. So I'm gonna end the tour here. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any tips, any advice, any recommendations on places I should go, let me know. I've only been here 2 months, so I don't know everything, but maybe some of the things I do know helped you out and give you more information about your potential trip to Miraflores or even Peru in general. So yeah, click like, subscribe, and check out my other videos because I think a lot of them will help you, and a lot of them are quite funny as well. So yes, so I think we're going to end the video here. It seems apt, it seems appropriate. Look, British Embassy in Lima. Hola. Hola.